Good evening, Freddy Vazquez. Happy Friday, TGIF. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. I am Freddy Vazquez. This is Basement Politics. Happy Friday, Yonkers. Happy Friday, Yonkers. What are the rumors? Hey. Good evening, folks. It's Freddy Vazquez. Happy Friday, TGIF. What's up, Yonkers? How's it going? I wanted to come on really quick. Actually, I'm not going to be on too long. Just to clarify some stuff. I am okay. Yeah, physically, I am okay. Rumor has it that I was roughed up. And I was wondering what that comment was about yesterday. Someone said, "Glad you're okay, Freddie." You know, it's interesting that I find this out today, that some people were under the impression that I had been roughed up. That's kind of the rumor going on. And who would want to rough me up? And why? Why? Only one I can think of would be the majority leader, because she's been known to be aggressive, and I have been speaking about her recently. And someone did question why. But who would want to rough me up? And today, it's interesting that I find this out today when I found out also that there was, some confusion about maybe some of the things that I said about the YMCA and their snug program, right? And I just want to clarify that, because I think this is purposely, division and purpose attempt that some individuals to try to get people to not like me, to be anti-Freddie, when really my mission is to, bring some things to light, right? To bring awareness, things that need to be brought, to the attention of people. But I never said anyone specifically that worked there or anyone was engaged in any kind of, criminal activity or anything like that. I may have said that, there's what people have said or whatever, people sources tell us, right? And our main thing here at Basement Politics is simply in terms of what are organizations as a whole doing. And recently with the gun violence, the past weekend, we've seen, 6 people get shot, and we see funding, right, being given to certain organizations. So I mentioned that. What is that money, bringing in return, right? Where's the return on investment, right? I guess we spend some money here. What is the return on the investment? And when we're talking of gun violence, well, these are the organizations that, we're supposed to be getting a return on the investment. And recently there was some more money allocated to the organization, but it's not, for anyone to take personal. I speak about politics as a whole, and we talk about the money issues. I mean, I spoke about the schools yesterday. I went through the joint schools construction board plan in regards to the 3 new schools that they like to build and the renovations that they like to do to many of the Yonkers public schools. However, the money only allows for 1. So I said, where's the money? So I'm always going to mention about, things like that. So it's not to be taken personal. And no, I never said maybe people need to kind of, watch the episodes prior and, follow along with Basement Politics and understand that. And I think that's purposely done. I know people were gathered around and discussing this specifically, and and I don't want it to be in a negative way, right? I don't want people to talk about me negatively. So I want to clear that up. And yeah, it's not Freddy Vazquez that you should, be talking about. People should be talking about this. Listen, there's things going on in the community. There's violence, there's gun violence. How do we address it? Let's focus on that, right? That's what should be the concern. And if I'm, questioning where money is going and how money is being spent, that's because that's what Basement Politics does. We are keeping track of things. We keep track of our elected officials, and we want to have accountability here in the city of Yonkers, right? And also, we want to assure that, certain programs, and not just talking about anyone specifically, but all programs or all funding or anywhere money is going, is not simply being allocated to wherever it's being allocated because of relationships that certain elected officials have, right? So we have to hold accountability. But I think a lot of that is being said to people in the community because they want people to dislike me. They want people to have problems with me. And my goal is not to, have problems with anyone. If people sometimes, and it's unfortunate, and this is why I started Basement Politics, because people are not quite aware. They're not aware of what all is going on. And some of these elected officials, like Tasha Diaz, can fool people, right? Give them some food, and everybody's like, she's great because she handed out food. And they don't even realize that that's not even her food, or that's not even organized by her. She didn't, make that happen, basically. She stands there. Right. And so people then, get this false perception, and then they're misinformed and they vote that way. So if I'm putting it out there, and they're getting upset, and now they're going to the community and they're going to try to say, oh, Freddy Vazquez is the bad guy. That's not okay. And that's what they do. And then maybe that's why there's this rumor about me being roughed up. I don't know. Is that what their goal is? To put false information out about me to people in the community, hoping that I may get roughed up? Not the first time. It wouldn't be the first time. And it's sad. And this is exactly why I'm calling for the removal of some of these individuals. This is not how you operate. Tasha Diaz is the chair of the education committee. And someone's telling me, well, what degree does she have? What qualifications? I don't know. Why was she named the chair of the education committee? I don't know. Can she answer any questions why we can't get all three of those schools built? Where's the money, Tasha? You, as the majority leader, sit in the budget meetings, do you not? So don't cause problems and frictions, right? Anyone who dislikes you is already brainwashed, yeah. Stay true to your convictions. Oh, absolutely. And I'm not, concerned, about that. I'm going to continue to talk about it. I'm just letting folks know how things, are and how people operate here. People would rather paint me the bad guy than actually say, hey, you know what? We need to step up. We need to do more, because that would require taking accountability and looking in the mirror and saying, I am not doing enough or anything at all. Right. A source also reached out to me in regards to the Yonkers police. Are the Yonkers police doing a great job? I support the police. I think they're doing a great job. But a source reached out and said that they already make too much money. This was in regards to the podcast where I spoke about the contracts and the lack of a contract. Police have been working without a contract for the past 3 years. Keith Olson wrote an op-ed in Yonkers Times criticizing officials, saying they were not appreciative of the work that they did, and they need a contract now. Some people quietly said they make enough money. They make a lot of money. It's all smoke and mirrors. And they sent me some screenshots of police officers who are making a lot of money. But that's with overtime, as I'm finding out. And many officers work a lot of overtime. They work on holidays. While you and I are celebrating on Christmas, who's keeping us safe? Who's making sure the people who got drunk drinking all that coquito is not getting that hand? When people are celebrating St. Patrick's Day and drinking, they're working. They're making sure that people are safe and having a good time, not getting out of hand, right? So a lot of that is overtime pay, and they do work hard. So, I can't say that, I want to be critical of the police. I support the police. It's a dangerous job. You can lose your life. If I have a chance to lose my life, you better be paying me good for that. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And officers have lost their life, unfortunately. So I support the police. And I think that, some of the officials do not appreciate them, especially recently with the whole body cam incident on Nepperhan Avenue. They tried to throw him under the bus. They didn't want to release the footage. And I just thought that was not okay. That was not okay. Right. So I support the police officers, and I just want to touch on that a little bit. Again, I'm not going to be on too long. Let's see what's up. Get the contract. I hear that there was a contract ready to go. Police pulled out for whatever reason. I don't know the details, all the details about that. I don't know why they pulled out. Maybe there's a reason why. I don't know. Hopefully I'll get some more information. I'll bring that, on the show, and I'll talk about it on the show, I should say. But they did, they do a great job. They keep us safe. They're the people we call when we're in trouble. All of us. It doesn't matter where you at, what part of Yonkers you at, what color your skin is. Everyone's calling 911. Right. So I support those guys. Hopefully they'll work that contract out. I do think that some of the officials need to show a little bit more support for our police officers. And I just want to talk about, yesterday I spoke about the schools. I didn't get a chance to talk to some of the individuals I wanted to talk to. I was kind of busy today, but I did mention about the plans for 3 new schools and renovating some of the ones that already exist for a total of $534 million. I think I said that wrong yesterday. $534 million. The new school that is going up, that's been approved because they have money for that one, is over there at the old St. Denis site on McLean, just before we reach Rumsey Road. That one is just under $69 million in total cost. But it's going to be a very nice school, and it's very much needed. As I mentioned in the podcast, there are about 4,500 students, too many, here in the city of Yonkers, and they need the space badly. But more importantly, they need to renovate the schools that they do have now, because many kids are going to school, I hear, in old buildings. The Charo is 100, I think, and 36 years old, 136 years old, was built in 1894. And they need a new ventilation system. They need ACs. Heating systems don't work properly. Making it more difficult to teach the kids, making it more difficult for kids to learn, I'm sure. And they're crowded, and the schools are just old. They don't have the resources, tools, the equipment, the supplies, So what is Tasha Diaz? You're out there, and this is why I call you out, majority leader, because 1, you are the majority leader. 2, you are the chair of the education committee. And 3, you out there with poom shorts and a shovel digging into the dirt like you some developer. You're the chair of the education committee. What are you doing? Where's the plan? Say, hey, citizens of the city of Yonkers, as the chair of the education committee, this is our plan. This is what we look forward to doing with the Yonkers public schools, especially if you're doing developments, right? Don't you want to attract people to Yonkers and they can actually stay? Because our schools, are not that good. And schools are one of the primary reasons that people move to a place. They want good schools for their kids. Not everyone can afford Step and Act or other private schools. I own a prep, and not everyone could get into Pulaski and DeCharo and all the few schools that I don't know. DeCharo needs about $30 million in renovation. So I don't know how great that school is, but everyone seems to want to go there. But that's an important part of a community, the educational system and the quality of that educational system. And what are you doing? Tasha Diaz, what qualifications, what experience, how are you helping to improve this? And this is why I say this, because you represent the people, okay? More than anybody, right? The mayor, the superintendent, you were voted by the people, because the mayor, right? Because people say, Freddie, you don't get the mayor. The mayor's in charge of running the entire city, okay? He's not here to just specifically, focus on a set group of people like city council members are, right? And they checked the mayor. They could have passed the affordable housing, right? Tasha Diaz just had to say yes, like she had said many times before, and they would have vetoed, right? Or overrode whatever the veto of the mayor. And they could have got it passed, but they didn't. She flipped. And she's the chair of the education committee. And what's going on? They can't build the other two schools. And are they going to get that renovation done that they need to those schools? They seriously need renovations. So you got these developers coming in, Tasha. You're over there putting in your shovel, and not just you, right? There's other elected officials, but you represent a certain group of people that rely on the Yonkers public school system. Majority of them do. Okay. And what are you doing? Are you asking these developers that you're sticking a shovel in the ground with, can you please give us some money so we can fix up our schools while you at it? No. No. You don't even talk about it. What do you even say anything about education? So I don't get it. That's an important thing, right? In the educational system, people, if you're going to move to a town, you're going to say, well, let's look at the school. What grade do they have? Oh, they got a negative F. No, we're not moving there. But then again, are they looking for families? Because many of the developments that are going up are studio, 1 bedrooms, and 2 bedrooms. So are we going to be like a transient town, like a transient city? Really? Right? I don't know. So this is why I speak about the majority leader. The other people are no shows anyway. You guys should already know. The city council president, I haven't seen her anywhere at all. I'm sorry to say. You owe me an interview too. I haven't seen you anywhere doing anything. Seems like it's just like, all right, boom, I'm here. I won. You know, not to be seen. A few shares of the page, but that's not you, as you said. Right? So, what you guys doing? You guys doing? So that's why I talk about it. And please don't try to get me beat up, Tasha. All right? This will be like the third time you try to do that. Don't try to get me beat up. Don't do that. Please understand they will get 3 years retroactive when that, they're going to get some fat checks. Absolutely. But I mean, that's because they're owed the money, right? I mean, if they had a contract in place, they'd be getting that money, right? So, I'm just saying, look, well, security, right? And I got to respect the Yonkers police because when I've had some issues, when I think Zahi Jerris, try to send somebody, and maybe it was you, Tasha, that tried to send somebody. One time, police came. They had my back when the people at the building department wanted to get me arrested for going there just to do business like everyone else, and they called in for a 1017. Had police rush there literally 20 minutes before the officer was shot on Elm Street. They're wasting their time with this nonsense because the people at the building department security has a radio and says it's 1017 for me. I was absolutely quiet. And so they were like very nice to me, very cordial, So I, have a lot of respect for them because they've been nice to me. They're needed, they're very much needed. Right. And listen, there's stories from the police back in the 90s, 80s is crazy. But I think a lot of that has changed a lot, I hear that they didn't like that thing about the contract, something I didn't get too much information about when they go out sick or something, or they take sick time and or they out sick, they kind of become vulnerable or something like that to that effect. I have to get more informed on that. So, but that's why I have a lot of support for the police. We need them. I mean, they're risking their life. It's a job where God forbid you could lose your life, and you cannot, you're not coming home, for for domestic issues, right? Sometimes when look at what happened on Monday or was Sunday, a woman got shot in a domestic violence issue, and those are some of the most dangerous ones, right? So police officers go there on a call, and you got two people that are angry, like that guy who shot his wife or girlfriend or whatever. I mean, it happened on Main Street also. The incident on Main Street before that, where the officer had to dodge bullets when that guy called and was shooting at them. So, I think for a job where you can lose your life, you definitely should be getting paid a lot of money. You definitely should be getting taken care of and be respected. That's just what I'm saying. I don't risk my life, although maybe I am now that I do basement politics. I think I need to start getting, compensated more for hazard pay or something. Maybe I need to increase my insurance policy, life insurance policy. We got people out there trying to create a narrative to get individuals to be upset with me. But I never spoke about anyone individually saying specifically that they were doing certain things. I'm not going to repeat it because I just don't want to continue to perpetuate it. But my point simply with that, and those who direct that program could come and speak to me directly, is that if money is being allocated right for a specific reason, what's going on? What are the results? Because more monies continue to be allocated, but we seem to have the problem still. So when there's other individuals out there who have ideas also and would like to try to really do something because they want to see some results, and nothing, they get nothing, they get the fluff, right? And then you start to see why they get the fluff and then other people get the money and the support, because I don't want no money for me. See, this is the difference here. Some people, when they do these things, the money is going to these organizations, it's for them, right? They're making the checks, they're making the money. The people that run these things, directors and program directors and executive directors, right? They get these big salaries. I'm not looking for no salary. Okay, I'm not looking for any money to go into my pocket. I'm looking for some money to go into the community, right? I don't need anything. I'm not looking for $1 for me at all. So that's the difference. So when I want to do this, it's coming from the heart because I'm not looking for a penny. All right. So if you want to say anything, whatever, say to, let's have a conversation like the professionals that we are supposed to be. Okay. It's not, we're supposed to set the examples. Let's be the role models. Okay. Right. So let's trying to get people beat up out there. I'm Freddy Vazquez, Miss Tasha Diaz, because it'd be like 4 or 5 times probably now. And I can't prove that it was directly you, but there's these things that just keep point to that camp, that side, you know what I'm saying? And then there's rumors that I got roughed up again. I mean, come on. Since I've been doing basement policies, let's just be honest. Before I go, I just want to say this. Since I've been doing this show, I've had problems. I never had problems. I had problems with nobody. I didn't have to fight nobody. There were no rumors that people roughed me up. Nobody was coming to my office. That's crazy, right? I've never had these things happen to me. And I grew up in the hood. I never had these things happen to me. But I do basement politics and now I got these issues. That's crazy. But the rumors ain't true. I'm still alive. I'm Freddy Vazquez and I plan on staying that way. Have a great night, folks. Enjoy your Friday. Happy Friday. Okay, if existing schools are renovated, you still have older buildings. Yeah, and can they be renovated, right? Are they too old to be renovated? And is it cheaper to knock them down and rebuild them? And is that possible, right? Or maybe they can start doing like, kind of a scheduling, right, of doing this where certain schools, they start to do this and maybe they can put like trailers. I mean, you got to do something with the kids. So the schools could be built, right? They'll knock down all these old schools and then build them all anew. And have kids, in the meantime, try to go through, sit in trailers and, or these what do you call those prefab type of stuff, where they can sit in as classrooms in the meantime while they just redo all the buildings. Because I think that's just what it needs to be done. Just redo all the school buildings. But I know we don't got no money. Where's the money? I'm Freddy Vazquez. Have a blessed weekend, folks. And, call me, folks, first. Call me, because some people are worried. Call me, man. If you're worried that I got roughed up, call me. It's unbelievable, right? I got roughed up.
Let's get it poppin'.
Thank you, folks. That's Basement Politics for your Friday night. I support the police. Let's get them a contract. They deserve the money they make. Why? Because they risk their life. I mean, what more reason can you get than that, right? And they deal with a lot of crap. They do, right? There's always a few bad apples in the batch. But that's with everything in life, right? So let's get them a contract. Support the Yonkers police, because when you need help, you're going to dial 911. And they're the ones that are going to come and save you. Okay? So let's show we support the police. We show them respect. We each give each other respect. Let's build that relationship. We shouldn't be divided. We have to work together. And it's together that we create a better community for everybody. Right? So let's support our Yonkers police. Hopefully they'll get their contract soon. And yeah. That's all I want to say about that, man. I'm up out of here. Yeah, I hope I clarified about that thing. It's all organizations. I'm not talking about anybody specifically, and I never mentioned anyone did anything. Stop causing the division in the community. Officials, stop it. I'm Freddy Vazquez. Have a great night.
Freddy,
letting Helen off easy.
Are you doing interviews right now?
Yes, I sent that text message yesterday if you had any questions for the candidates.
Yes, but I thought
In another one, Mr. Rumo lied to me, and I don't vote for a person that lied to me. Thank you very much.
Freddy wins. Ladies and gentlemen.
In another one, Mr. Rumo.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddy Vazquez.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddy Vazquez.
Thank you for watching Basement Politics with my husband, Freddy Vazquez.
Freddy wins. Fatality.
No!